Alright, well, my name is Daniel Goldberg. I'm talking now about my PLP video synthesis. You know what to expect, so I'm just going to jump right in here. Right now, I have my table of contents of the aha moments I've picked out from my PLP drafts. My characteristics, which ones I would like to show more of as a leader, and which ones I would try to show less of. What is the effect of my culture, my religion, my background have with my beliefs and values? How successful as a leader will I be with that? Music, how does that affect being a leader while being a musician? Am I able to judge and perceive myself accurately? And how does my writing style change over the draft process? So now about the characteristics I embody. First and foremost, I'm a hardworking person. I've always been. That's a good and plus. It's good I can lead by example, and I have my inner strength. But it's bad that because other people might not have that same level of work ethic, and it might push them away. I'm always trying to include others and provide settings for equality and teamwork. And that those are all pluses. And I want people to know that I'm approachable and they can tell me whatever they want to tell me. I don't mind. I want to know. Some of the negative characteristics I have could be I'm too trusting and too willing to believe others, and that's the thing I won't make the same mistake twice. You're my trust over time. There is also the fact I need to realize my potential of the situations in the moment and take full advantage of that. That would be an amazing strength to have. Now, just to do a quick overview of my background, male Jewish, I'm fairly into my religion, though I do know a lot of knowledge about it. Very Canadian. You know, I learned about the Israeli culture last year, and I have strong ties to my religion. And, you know, I believe that everyone should have that free right. I believe everybody should be able to practice their religion as long as it's peaceful and it is not negatively affecting other people. With people's religions that I'm not familiar with, I am completely open, and I'm actually very curious to learn all about the different religions out there. Also, gender is also another thing I want to talk about here, that the fact that I don't see anything wrong with genders. I see that if people want to do whatever they want to do, it doesn't matter about their gender. There is no restrictions. The POPs that I was referring to in this part were the genders and leaderships, and my personal leadership statement also was very crucial here. Now, about music, this is 100% special skill, outside of the criteria, very unique. I'm nuts when it comes to music. I really can't focus. It's such a strength and such a weakness. I just have to talk about it. The fact that I would be a drummer if I wasn't a leader. If I was born on another side of the world, I would still be a drummer. Everything could be different. I would still play the drums. I would still feel music. It's a great distraction, good and bad for that, for sure. But it allows me to connect with people on a different level, and that's a strength, to have that connection with people, a unique connection. You know, it gives me time to relax and be free and be happy. I can usually take a lot of stress when I have a lot of good drum beats going through me. It's very interesting. Our downside is that if I don't quench that thirst, I can become quite crazy, very energetic, very energetic. Now, I really wanted to focus most on the last two parts here, my self-assessment. These are the PLP drafts of the personal reflection and the personal values and beliefs. And basically, just what I wanted to go over here was that, you know, it's so hard to look back and see what it was from someone else's point of view. I see myself as outgoing, committed, hardworking, and you know, I'm very, like, you know, I'm very open to new things. But in reality, it could be I'm doing too much. I'm pushing people away. I'm overstepping my boundaries. I'm making it uncomfortable situations, and that's just something that's gonna happen. I think the best way to try and fix that problem is with feedback, and to let people know they can always come to you and let them, and like I don't mind what the feedback is. I want to hear it because I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be the best I can. Finally, I'd like to talk about my writing style changes over the POP process. I thought it would stay fairly consistent, but it seems I think a lot of the outside factors of school and the semester had an effect. That when I first started, it was very open-minded. I wanted to get all down on paper. I was excited to talk about being a leader, and then it kind of eventually every week sort of wears down a little bit more, and then I'm trying to figure out what to say. If I've already said it, how much more is there to say? I felt like towards the end I had maybe a sense of distraught towards, you know, finding my inner leader, which is, you know, I think it's a challenge every leader has to fight within themselves. You know, like the outside factors, I feel like midterm timing and other effects might have had a different strange skew on how my writing process was, but I feel like at the beginning it was very focused. I was very hopeful, straight line, knew where I was going. The end sort of, curved line. I'm not really sure I was, but it was all good. It was all good and fun. I enjoyed this project. I thought it was very helpful, and I hope this was helpful as well. Perfect. Thank you very much.